Wow. Wow, that is a hella bugged map. That map is so bad. Wow. Okay. Look at that. They are spawned literally on top of each other. This is gonna be horrible. Oh my. Cola's got pretty much all of his little chickens right there. His hunt is in a great place. Uh, you know, DD is good there. He's got all of his turkeys. His hunt's in an even better place. He can just mill his berries and start taking deer and boar. Shit, he didn't have to boar pull if he doesn't want to. I'd also argue that he's got a more defensible base. He literally just has to wall here and just has to wall here, and he is full walled. So DD is definitely got the map advantage. Both of his stones are forward, but again, it's so easy just to wall this one section and this one other section, and he's fine. Meanwhile, Kola has to wall a little bit more. He's got a forward stone and a forward gold. He's got a wall here. He's got a wall maybe to here, and to here, and here, and maybe even. Yep. He's got to be careful because this is a hole here. So this is a very bad map for Kola. I feel really bad for him. At least all of his boar are in one place. But like, man, this is a terrible map for Kola. It's so, and on top of that, they're so close together. I am honestly curious to see how he pulls this off. Honestly curious. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing standard stuff. Boilers. Looks like DD's a little bit faster with his. We have maybe a Weakville in there somewhere. We have a couple of Weakvilles in there. No, that's just a goose. We are seeing a little bit of idols, but not that bad. Kola might have to be. No, okay, that's not a hole. He's good there. 4 on wood, pretty standard. He's got to make sure he realizes that his villager there is not working. It looks like we've got a turkey here that maybe he failed to grab, and now DD has it, but he's not moving it, which is good. And again, yeah, this mill. Okay, so if you're on Yucatan and you're Mongols, fuck the berries. Fuck the berries. You want these. All these delicious deer. That's what you want. You don't want the fucking... Is Kola at least taking his deer? Yeah, Kola's gonna take his deer. Kola knows how to play Mongols on Yucatan. You take the deer. You're Mongols. You take hunt so much faster. But you don't take berries. You don't even need to take your boar until really you've got all your villas on deer. So one thing, like I said, the biggest thing that I'm concerned about is the map right now. This gold is conveniently close to him, but it's just as conveniently close to DD. And I believe we're... Whoa, Kola. What is this? Buddy, you can't... There's no laming in this tournament. There's no laming. What... Did he do that in retaliation? That was a little uncool. I don't know if maybe it might have been a misclick. He might have like been trying to micro his scout or something and just accidentally clicked all the geese or something. They both have one of each other's geese. Again, I don't know if that was intentional. DD has forgot all about his scout. I don't know where Kola also seems to have forgotten about his scout. And they're both still producing villagers. Oh, this is interesting. So DD has 7 villagers queued. He's going for maybe a fast castle. He's going for 28 villagers. Whereas it looks like Kola is going to make probably one more villager and then probably go to feudal age. Oh, and we're also going to see a drush coming from DD. So I fully expect Kola to be... Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's going to go for a fast castle too. Huh. Yeah, I'm seeing some walling. No, okay, we are seeing feudal age from Kola. He just took a second to actually get there. And he's going to actually build one more villager. So he's going 24 vil to feudal. I can't really agree with that. This is a little sloppy, but I think he's just trying to get himself walled. And his drush is going to come in over here. This scout could be of some use. But, I mean, DD's best bet is to... Oh, what? Oh, yep. Yeah, see, this scout is going to get overpowered. Kola needs to take it back to the hill and get that hill bonus. But he's not paying attention, and his scout will go down. Now he's got some idle vills. He needs to complete his walling, and you can see he's brought up a couple of vills to try to keep that drush away from him. We're seeing... Again, militiamen coming over to the side here, but it's not going to do anything. Now he's walled on this side. He needs to complete his wall over here. He is making a barracks, and they're both on their way up to feudal age. But the vill, and they're both at 23 vills. So it looks like DD canceled his plans. I don't know what this is. There a hole? Wow, that is a nasty hole. That is, oh man, I feel so bad for Kola there, because that is I don't know if that was bugged. No, it's just, hills are weird, man. You got to be really fucking careful. Kola needs to garrison some of his vills right away. He's trying to quick wall, and he successfully quick walls, but he needs to garrison his vills. If he garrisons his vills, these militiamen will die. He doesn't need to garrison all of them. He does not need to garrison all of them. And in fact, with that many vills in that same area, he could probably just take these. There's two weak ones, but instead he's paused his entire economy because he's been drushed, which is not good at all. He isn't even producing villagers anymore. It looks like he shifted 5 to gold, and Kola can go up to castle age as soon as he's completed his buildings. All he needs to do is build his buildings, and he can go up. But he is not doing that. I'm not seeing... Okay, I'm seeing an archer range. That's good. Now we need a blacksmith. He does not have the wood for a blacksmith because he tried to quick wall over here. And now he's no longer picking up this deer, which is kind of just going to waste. I don't believe he's scouted very much either, which is, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I don't think his opponent has much either. We're looking at, yeah, same. No, not a lot of scouting on either side. And you can see we've got two stables coming from DD. So clearly we're looking at some aggression coming pretty early on. This isn't going to do anything because it's still leaving a hole. Kola's going to try to fix it as best he can, but it's just not going to work very well. We've got 2 scouts inside of his base now. We've got Kola with some spearmen, but this isn't the super effective scout rush, nor is it super effective. Nor is it a super effective fast castle coming from Kola. I think Kola's a little tilted. He hasn't completed his walls yet, which is a huge issue with the scouts coming in. Meanwhile, instead of producing more scouts, we see DD just kind of not doing it. He sees that he's got to see that Kola's unwalled. The scouts could actually do some serious damage here, and that one spearman isn't going to be enough. And again, if Kola just hadn't built those 2 farms and had built a blacksmith, then he would have been okay. He would have been able to go up to Castle Edge. He's got the resources. But he's got 8 idle vills. And I think that we're going to see DD has abandoned his... DD has now abandoned his little scout rush, and now he's going to attempt to just get all of the food he can. He's going for his second berry bushes. Kola has not yet touched his berries, which is good. He's still taking deer, but Kola really, really... Okay, so again, I don't know if he's just not scouted that or what. Yeah, Kola just hasn't scouted far enough. He doesn't know that he just has to wall here and put a house here. He's going to try to wall over here, it looks like, all the way to the edge of the map. But he is finally making his blacksmith, and I imagine he will be going up to castle immediately after. And to be in his defense, he is in a good position to do so. Like, it's not going to... It's not bad that he's going up to castle. Yeah, I mean... It's not bad that he's going up to castle. He just doesn't have any military to make that worth it. And frankly, he doesn't have enough... I guess he's got enough of wood. Does he have double bit axe? That's the question. I want to know, do you have double bit axe? Do you have your economic technologies? I don't think he does. You see his opponent, DD, is getting it now, and we see Kola is getting fletching. So he's clearly about to go archers. I just don't know what his plan is. He's got some idle villas over here. He's done with his hunt, but he is clearly planning on making a castle when he gets to castle age. And we're starting to see archers come out for DD. But these archers are going to be feudal age archers against the might of castle age crossbowmen, hopefully. And again, we see doesn't look like any plans for DD to begin going up to castle age. So if Kola can just hold out for a little while, he should actually be okay. But again, he hasn't walled. He hasn't walled, and that's going to be a big downside to his strategy here. Of course, DD hasn't scouted that he hasn't walled. I'm just going to go to the fog of war here. No, he has scouted that he hasn't walled. So DD's being just as dumb by attacking this group of houses here. But it won't matter pretty soon because we're going to see some archers, hopefully, from our bull Kola over here. So again, we're going to see some aggression over here. This is going to be another town center. So I don't necessarily agree with this. I think it's easily rangeable by these archers. I think it's unnecessarily placed. It would have been better off placed here, and maybe even... I can see why he placed it here. I just don't like it. I just don't like it at all. He's got to be careful because his wood line might get ranged right there, and he needs to produce military. What is going on, Kola? You have resources. Fuck, at the very least, build a market and start trading. You need to... Oh, these spearmen. He's sending his spearmen. No. No, Kola, no. These spearmen are going to die. Archers have so much bonus against spearmen. You need to get your archer. Yeah, okay. He is retreating these. And he's very, very close to getting a castle, but if he gets kicked off stone, there's nothing he can do. He's now lost the majority of his villas on wood, and these ones are trapped. They're trapped. He's losing villas. There's tons of feudal age archers in his base. I can see he's hoping to have the archers come into his base, and he's gonna try to boom. And it looks like he calls it. I don't know if he must have just gotten tilted. He must have just gotten tilted. That was... I will give it to him. That was a shit map for him. But there's so much that he could have done. There's so much there that he could have done. Like, again, this was a great map. I think this was an idiotic wall for DD. DD should have just honestly walled here. But again, bad scouting. But DD had an amazing map, like an absolutely amazing map. And honestly, if Kola just invested in a market a little bit earlier, bought some wood, created some military, he would have been fine. He would have been absolutely fine, but he didn't create military. And he had the option. He could have started creating skirms. He could have relocated his wood line. There aren't many good options, but again, that's why I didn't like this TC placement. If he had placed his TC here, he wouldn't have had this problem. If he had placed it here, he would have still had a safe wood line. And I just don't... I don't know, man. I don't know. statistics, I mean, it's a little all over the place. You know, military. Kola had the military somehow. I don't. I don't know if it was. No, it looks like pretty tied. It looks like DD should have had the military star here. Economy, not. You know, the game was only 20 minutes, so that's a decent score difference. Um, and Kola had the technology, but I mean, it really wasn't that going that badly for him. I think he just got frustrated. Hacks, hacks. He's hacking. All right, so I am going to go over game one for you guys, and it looks like we are going to have Kola as Mayans and DD as Malians, and this is on Arabia. This is actually technically game one, uh, and we've got like a little desert theme going on. But so as far as the maps go, uh, again we see. I personally think that DD is just getting really good map gens, like really good. He could easily wall off here, 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 and put a house here. And I mean, that's a pretty solid base to start with. Kola doesn't have a bad base. It's just not nearly as close to the edge and doesn't have nearly as many, like, as close spans of trees. Which, again, a little unfortunate. But there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do. And sometimes, okay, so this is bad. When you place a lumber camp, you don't necessarily want to place it like in this kind of location. It would be better if you put it here. Hi B. It would be better if you put it here. Better if you put it there. He doesn't have a lot of great tree lines. This is kind of a crappy Arabia map. I don't know if they've I think the recent patch made it a little bit more strenuous as far as like tree lines and walling goes. But I mean, nothing's going too badly so far. We're seeing DD has or Kola has a slight lead in thanks B. DD has a slight lead, or Kola has a slight lead in Vils, but I mean, it really only matters what you do with them. We're gonna see we've seen a bore pull on each side. No one's lost any Vils. I don't like that as much. This should be a little bit more under the TC. They've all found all of their resources. Yeah, none of them have lost any resources. Again, this board could probably be a little bit more under the TC, but it is what it is. Like, see how Kola pulls his directly under the TC? That actually could probably be a little bit farther out from the TC, just so that all of his villas can get onto it. But now I'm just being picky for the sake of being picky. It's not like I lure a perfect boar every single time. And really, I'm thinking the strategy we're going to see from Kola here is going to be archers. And if we're looking at Malians, we should probably see... what are the... Sorry, it's a little... been up a while. What are the Malian bonuses? Buildings cost less wood. Barracks units, so they want infantry. So, I mean, honestly, this is a good matchup. This is a good matchup for the Mayans. Oh, that goat. Oh no, that goat is stuck behind a tree. Yeah, I mean, this isn't that bad. We're seeing some slow walling over here on Kola's part. And we're not seeing any serious walling on DD's part. But we are starting to see, we're going to see them both going up to feudal age fairly quickly. One thing I will mention, though, is I did not see... Oh, no, Kola did get loom. He's got minus 50 gold. I just didn't see him grab it. And again, we're going to see a drush from DD. But the question is this drush a little too late as they're both going up to feudal? I understand that he probably wants to go for man-at-arms. And Kola's not walled. Uh, so you always want to build your barracks with 2 villagers and then just go and start walling afterwards. Because this drush is going to be effective with no walls. That villager is going to go down and that automatically makes the drush effective. And if we're smart, we're going to see man-at-arms coming for DD, which we do not. DD loses his scout. And these little militia are not men-at-arms, so they can be fought with vills, but not with only 2 vills. Kola loses another vill and maybe even another one. So this is DD's getting his worth out of these men-at-arms. He's losing them now, but it gave him plenty of time. He's now full walled. He's making an archery range. I'm sorry, he's not quite full walled, but he's getting there. He's very close to being full walled. He's now milled his ostriches, which is perfectly fair. And Kola is going to finish up his walls, making archers. He's got a second archer range over there. I personally would have put that as part of a wall, just so that your archers don't have to now get stuck behind this wall. He's making a barracks or a blacksmith. That's good. We're gonna see some feudal aggression this time from Kola, which is very nice. It doesn't look like there's any military really from DD yet. It's 12-3, so this could be very, very good. This could be very, very good for Kola, but he needs to go in. He needs to get fletching and go in. He's got the military. He's got the power. We're seeing 3 archers for Mr. DD here. And they're going to get quickly cleaned up by these archers and skirms. But DD here has decided to lure Kola's massive army aside, and while he's doing that, DD is just going to build up his forces. It's very unfortunate that Kola kind of fell for this gambit, because that one archer isn't going to do much. But wow, could these 13 units of Kola's do a lot of damage over in the other base. Oh, and Kola did just discover a hole, which if he is paying attention, he should really close. He should really close that hole. Kola. Man, okay, it looks like he clicked there and he didn't notice. He didn't notice the massive hole that's there. Or apparently, has he seen this? He didn't scout this. So he has no idea that there's a big hole in his walls right there. That's unfortunate. And also, again, he's building up his forces and going to Castle Age, but he could easily be pressuring. DD here, and this force can easily counter this force of mostly skirmishers. But they need to fight. Yeah, see, there's so many troops here. And it's just this is gonna be a cleanup, especially once Kola gets crossbow. Not that he hasn't many archers left, but this should be fairly easy to clean up, especially with Mayan. And if he can reboom and get some Mayan archers, this should be good for Kola. We're seeing more skirmishers coming out for DD. But I don't know what more skirmishers are really going to do for him at this moment. What we need to see from both is a siege workshop. That's what we need to see from both. And that's a university. That'll be useful for ballistics. That's a TC. And that's another TC. So we're going to see some booming from Kola. And we're not seeing another TC. We are seeing a stable. So this Malians player is going for everything except infantry with Malians, which maybe he realizes is probably not the best of ideas because he's playing against a Mayans player, so he knows that infantry isn't the best. And we're likely, I think, going to see a Ford Castle from Kola. I think that's what this means. I think we're going to see Kola trying to castle drop him. But we've got knights coming out. Now we've got knights coming out for DD. And this castle is just poorly placed. This castle doesn't really do anything. But if it were here, it would do literally like 5 times the amount. And these crossbowmen need to focus on these knights because the knights are going to start taking out the villagers. And these are elite skirms. This castle will go up. But again, it's just not in the right position. It's not in the position he needs it to be. Like even here would have been better. Take out the military buildings. I think if he were to place a really truly effective castle, right here would have been the perfect place to put that offensive castle. Yes, this castle is going to be effective in the way that it's going to get Kola's troops in, but ultimately it's not going to be as effective as it could be. But Kola said he lost this game. I'm not sure how that happened. I mean, is he not? He's clearly not being super aggressive here. Is he waiting for obsidian arrows? I'd be buying obsidian arrows very, very quickly as Mayans in Castle Age, especially with a large number of crossbowmen. I'd also be probably starting to pump out some plumed archers and just massing those. But he's attacking houses, he's attacking barracks, but he needs to be going in and getting DD off of his resources. And now he's starting to. But he keeps retreating every time he sees even the hint of an enemy troop. If he keeps retreating, like, he'll lose his units, but he can just produce more. Just produce more. You've got plenty of wood and gold. Like, you should be... What? What? Kola, what? What? What is... You're switching to eagles? Why are you switching to eagles? And Kola's going to find out about this hole very, very quickly, as these knights just dive into it. Okay, maybe now I see why Kola lost. He's trying to go into an eagle switch, but he's winning with archers. He's already winning with archers. He doesn't need eagles. I mean, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to make them dive in and start damaging the economy. But he has a huge army here. He could easily have... These skirmishers weren't a thing. Like, he could easily rush in and keep making more archers. Get a couple... Jesus Christ, just get a siege workshop. See, this castle is almost where this castle should have been. But just one siege workshop and all these skirms go away. And, I mean, the knights are going to clean up a couple of villagers and probably die. But now he's given Kola the illusion that he's no longer safe. And he has done a significant deal of damage. We're talking, now it's, 63 villas to 59, and we're, again, DD is only booming off of 1 TC. He's not really booming at all. He's only got 1 TC. We've got 3 TCs for Kola. They shouldn't be this close in villas, but again, all we need is a siege workshop. Seriously, broski. Just one siege workshop, and all these skirms cease to be a problem. 1 mangonel. There we go. Okay, he's finally making the siege workshop. He's making eagles, but again, like, I feel like the eagles are entirely unnecessary here. He needs to be getting archer upgrades and just straight up spamming archers. He's got the resources for it. Look, if he wants faster archers, he's got 2 castles now. Now he can just start pumping out plumes. He shouldn't be focusing on eagles of all fucking things. Especially unupgraded eagles. He's making a couple of mangonels now to deal with it. I legitimately do not know how Kola could lose this game at this point. Like, yeah, there was a little bit of damage from the knights, but that was about it. We're seeing some more knights, presumably about to dive into Kola's economy again. And maybe these eagles will... They're both playing so timidly. Like, what is this? This is allowing this to happen. Because DD has not stopped producing military. Kola is... I would argue Kola is diversifying too much. He's trying to go pikes. He's trying to go eagles. He's trying to go siege. He's trying to go archers. He's trying to play this in, like, the weirdest possible way. And 1 eagle is not going to do anything against those 30 skirms. Yeah, we're talking like almost 30 skirms right there. And again, all this mangonel needs is 1 good shot. Look at that. All he needed was a couple of mangonels. But these knights are a problem. These knights are just going to keep harassing him, and they're upgraded. So they're going to do a... Oh, Kola, no. What did I... I've told you so many times before, you need to stop hitting the town bell. It's... And he hits it again. It's like the sound of defeat. And all it does is take people off your economy that you don't need, and he's just gonna... These villagers are all gonna die. We're seeing an even number of vills now, despite the difference in TC numbers. We're seeing a little bit of booming now on DD's part. But, I mean, again, all Kola had to do was go in. He still can win this if he goes in. He's got 3 castles. And so many... Okay, he doesn't have as many resources anymore because he's going Imperial. They're both going Imperial, but they don't need to. They don't need to be going Imperial. And it looks like DD's just kind of wasting his knights, honestly. Like, he keeps sending them in and just kind of forgetting about them, not microing them, just allowing them to die from TC fire. It looks like he's making light cab now, or scout cab maybe. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm sorry, Kola. Like, I legitimately am confused. Like, you are much, much better than this. And I say that coming from a place as, you know, as your friend, like, you are 100% better than this. I mean, these archers, at the very least, these archers need to be doing something, not just sitting under a castle. They could be preventing this. They could be coming over here and damaging this economy over here. They're just sitting here. And you're building castles, but you're not doing anything with the castles. Like, you're not... Yes, you're building castles. Yes, they're defensive structures. But you're not producing anything out of them. You're not researching anything out of them. I mean, all they're doing is wasting your stone, wasting your villagers' time, and... I mean... Yeah, they're just sitting there to get Treb down. Because you do not have the unit comp to take down Trebs. You have a very bad unit comp for taking down Trebs. Your Mangonels might help. But yeah, we're going to see light cav raids. Kola still hasn't fixed this up, but he's got a bunch of pikemen sitting here. Again, Kola is just idling his entire massive military, and he had so much on his opponent, and he's making spearmen, but he doesn't need spearmen. And he's just letting his opponent get time to upgrade, and he's going to lose castles. And again, this is just so unfortunate. He could have been... Now he's moving his pikes in. I think he's trying to make sure to take down that castle. But now the light cav are going to come in. They're going to probably take out these mangonels, which is... Oh no, the light cav are not going to take out the mangonels. They're going to try to take out the Trebs. I don't think they'll be successful. Those pikemen did actually come in handy. And the pikemen were not useful whatsoever. But if these mangonels can take out the... No, okay. They're going to attack buildings. And again, Kola, did you research... Oh, my bad. Kola, did you research obsidian arrows? He's not researched obsidian arrows yet. So all these archers could be doing serious damage to the buildings, but he needs to keep producing them. And I mean, this castle is very likely going to go down. The mangonels are down, which means that the skirms are free to come and play. This castle finally goes down, but we're talking 3 Trebs versus 1. And Kola has so many resources, but he's not using them to produce more units, more vills. He's got 1,600 food. He needs more villagers. What about DD? DD also has a lot of resources banked, and he's producing scout cav, but only out of two stables. I mean, guys. Okay, Kola's trying to go into eagles again. So this time he's getting elite eagle warrior, but I don't think he has any of the armor upgrades. Use this. Kola, please. Use this. You don't need anything else. You're losing castles at an astounding rate. These pikemen should not be going in. Use your mangonels. These pikemen are just going to get decimated. And then the knights are going to run over everything else. You got to be so careful with your units, man. He's gonna do some damage here with the mangonels, but he's still gonna lose his castle. And he lost the majority of his army there. That was just a terrible engagement. That was very poorly done. And I mean that in like the most respectful way possible. But like, Kola, man, it seems like you just kind of Hail Married it. Like, you just kind of said, fuck it, I'm going in. And you went in, and that's what it cost you. And that's what not producing military costs you. I mean, you did some damage. You definitely took out at least half of his troops, but now you're defenseless. You've got some eagles, but they're not upgraded. They have no armor. So the thing that makes eagle warriors so good is that they have super high pierce armor, and then when you have them fully upgraded with their full armor, they're tanky. They're tanky, and when you get their Imperial Age upgrade, Kola, now he's teching into Arbs, but he's getting Arbs and Thumb Ring, but he doesn't have any archers. You just switched into eagles. Man, okay, so what I see here is a failure to commit to a single strategy. I think Cole is trying to like jack of all trades this, and that's what is costing him in this game. He's trying to go like 14 different strategies, and he's gonna finally, be a little offensive. But a couple of Eagle Warriors isn't gonna be up enough to stand against all these knights, especially completely unupgraded Eagles. Like, he's gonna send in pikemen, but again, pikemen and a couple of arbs, that's nothing. Your opponent has skirms. And, actually, this might be effective enough to take out the Trebs if he's careful. But I don't know. Even these pikemen don't have their armor. So with no armor upgrades, with no attack upgrades, there's not a lot they're going to do against fully upgraded Imperial Light Cavalry. And I don't know if DD gets Hussar, but he should definitely be researching it soon. And now we're seeing the armor and attack upgrades for infantry, but I think it's just too late. I think it's just too late. You let your opponent get an army, and then worst off, you didn't upgrade your own troops. And we're seeing, I guess it's still anyone's game. Kola still has more vills, but he's lost all of his castles, and his opponent is just being more proactive. These pikemen are still very, very weak. They have almost no attack power. Yep, and that's the GG. And I mean, we can see the expansion starting for DD. I don't know, man. So it looks like DD's moving on in Nova Cup. And I mean, that sucks for Kola, man. That sucks. I'm not saying I'm gonna do any better. We play fairly often, and I'm, pretty even with him most of the time. And if not, then he definitely wins more than I do. But I've seen him play way better than that, and I hope him all the best. But that's it for me for tonight. I'm going to go do other things, and I will see you all in the next one on Friday. We got some more tournament games coming up on Friday. I'm in the qualifier for Woololo, as well as I believe it's still a qualifier for Age of Noob Cup, which is a 3v3 team tournament. So I will be doing that as well Friday night. So feel free to tune in and do the whole follow and all that stuff. We're at 25 out of 50 followers that I need to make it to affiliate. So that'd be really nice if you guys could hop on and subscribe, or not subscribe, just follow. It doesn't cost you anything, just an annoying notification that I'm online. But anyway, that's it for tonight. See y'all around.